at this time, I'm going to get my pasta water ready. Get some water on there to boil. I'm just using a flat rice pan, but I love cooking pasta in these pans. I know with a deeper pan, it gives you more room to do your pasta, but man, this is just really nice. I like these pans. And the gauge metal on this is thicker, so it really holds the heat well. And that's important when you're making pastas and, you know, cooking stuff. It's just the almost like a Dutch oven style. So I got that about 3/4 of the way full. Okay. Oops, fill the water. Okay. On this one, we want to put that on full flame. Okay, we're going to run that on high. Shoot. Want to put a little salt to the water. Of course, I'm using salt and pepper. I like to take my tongs and just stir that in just a little bit. Whoops. Get that coming up to a boil. So, a new trick that I have found about pasta. I want to show you guys right now. I've already taken the pasta out of the box, but what I like to do with pasta, because I have a problem or had a problem.
Hit the down button just a little bit.
Not anymore.
That'll work. Thanks.
Every time I break my pasta, it makes such a mess and shoot all over the place. And then by the time I got it in, some of the pasta was on the floor. So came up with this idea just to roll it up in a towel. You want to get this really tight, almost like, well, as tight as you can get it. Okay. And then kind of crimp your ends. And then when you break your pasta, there's no mess. So all the pasta's broke. And it makes it easier to cook when it's broken in half. So now you can see the finished product. Still the same, but it's just all broken in half ready. Even pasta there. So that's nice. And this is a clean towel that's been sanitized. So,
Brian, does that also work on ramen noodles? Because we eat that a lot here.
It does matter. Ramen noodles, man, they like to dance everywhere. So, but it would. I know at home we've done the ramen noodles in plastic bags before and just kind of patted them on the table, put it in a sealed Ziploc and do that. That works too. But this towel is really nice for me. I mean, all the pasta's in there. There's no mess. So I always like to bring my water to a boil first with the salt in there, and then it gets going, so it holds the temperature really well when you add the pasta. There have been times that I've hurried before and threw my pasta in before it came to a boil, but my pasta didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it. It ended up taking longer to cook, and then it got overcooked. It was just a bad mistake on mine. That was quite a few years ago, though. So that's still holding the heat pretty well. So I know I don't really need to adjust my heat too much. I'm going to keep it on high. Okay, I'm going to add that pasta real quick before we add the butter to the sauteing pan. Okay, so I'm just going to unroll my towel there, get my pasta, get that in there. And I like to just kind of go back and forth on this, almost like pickup sticks type thing. Reduces the stickiness in there. Oops, that was my head. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of them little crumbles there. Okay, now our trusty tongs, we're gonna give that pasta just a little stir. Okay, we want to move that so it's not sticking in there right away. Because if we just let that set, your pasta will stick, and especially fettuccine, because it has quite a bit of a flat side, and so it's easier for it to stick. Especially when you cook this in big batches. Fettuccine really gives you a little trouble. So I'm going to recover that, but not all the way, just like I had it before, with the lid partially off. And you can see it came right back up to boil really quick. But we want to sustain that heat in there. Okay? Now we want to remove that lid from the pasta, and we can just set it over here out of the way. I want to take them tongs and get that pasta moving again, so it's not sticking. And this pasta is going to take about 7 to 8 minutes to be al dente. So you see our pasta still has a little bit of golden yellow to it. It's just about done. So maybe my timing is off. Maybe it's 10 minutes. So our pasta looks like it's ready. It's at the al dente stage, so I'm going to kill that. I'm going to drain it. And so one key thing for this is most of us don't have a china cap at home. I really love these pieces of equipment. We bought this. Kim and I got this a long time ago at the store over there by the Ford dealership. It's just been so handy. It's just a great strainer. And I bought this soup pot too, so I can reserve the water. So that's why I have this kind of setup. I am going to drain it in the sink, so hopefully we can see it. Whoops, need 2 towels. Always use some hot pads or towels so you don't get burned. And then always pour the pasta away from you.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah?
Why would you reserve the water?
Okay, I'm going to show you. This goes back to if you wanted to cook your pasta ahead of time and you wanted just to reheat it. So we're going to go through that right now. So I'm going to let that water drain off. Okay? And then I'm going to rinse the pasta to stop the cooking process. And this is just on warm. We don't really need it. You can do straight cold, but then your pasta's cold. So I like to just do a little bit warm because we only want to stop it from cooking. We don't really want it to get chilled. Okay? And when this is kind of one of the things where we've done this a lot. I've done this a lot in restaurants, and so the water that we reserved is way plenty hot for the pasta to reheat itself. Or if you didn't do that, we'd have to have another pot of water on to re-stick it back in there again. So now we want to check one of our pastas. Perfect. So now I can still take that china cap and put it on top of the reserved water and it's not in it. So we'll pour the water over when we're ready to serve. Okay? Okay, so let's just say our pasta, we did it a couple hours ago and we still have that reserved water. You could just keep that pot on the stove and just keep it warm. And then when it comes back to reheating the pasta, you just pour the water back over it and it's right back up to that temp. Okay? So that's what we're going to do now. Just going to pour a little bit of that hot boiling water back over that pasta. And then it's all beautiful and shiny and hot again. Okay? 1 ton load of pasta. About 4 ounces right there. I like to put just a little twist on it. So it just kind of makes a nice bed.